Hey everybody, just brought you guys, I told you a long time ago that I'd bring you a video of some of my EDCs, some of my users, some of the knives that I just kind of use on a daily basis, and here's my list. As far as this guy, I haven't been carrying it as much. Basically I was carrying it, wasn't really using it, so considering it is such a high value knife, I didn't really want to destroy it just in case, but wanted to do just kind of like a size comparison so that you guys could kind of see. This is my Spyderco Tenacious. This is by far my sharpest knife that I own. I don't really use it for hardcore use, but I do use it around the house to cut cardboard, tape, basically anything, you know, smaller duty. This is the Spyderco Cat. This is a second, and I got this at a gun show. I actually got both of these guys at a gun show, the Cat as well as the Chicago. Got both of these guys down at the local gun show for, I think it was about 55 bucks for both of them. I think the guy originally wanted 40 and 35, but I noticed that there were seconds. Problems that I noticed about these guys was the blade alignment. It's not too bad on this one, but I'll show you the carbon fiber. The finish on the carbon fiber was just awful. And I can't, there we go. You see the little spotting that was done on the carbon fiber? That's kind of what I noticed upon purchasing them, is both of them are like that. Let's see if I can get on this one. Yeah, there we go. So just terrible finish. The alignment on this one is absolutely awful, but it doesn't touch the liners. Even if I apply some pressure to it, it still doesn't grab the liners. So not really a huge issue. One thing about the Cat and the Chicago that I have noticed is there is a double detent. There is a detent right here, you guys can see, so it's just like it's grabbing the liner just ever so slightly, and then upon closing, of course, there's the detent there as well. So I think that the detent up here is so that when you're going to close it, that you don't close it on your fingers and bite yourself. So kind of ingenious little thing. I do kind of like that. It was just a little bit awkward when I first got it, because when I opened it, when I opened these up originally, I thought I heard that click right there. I was like, what's wrong with them? But really, I kind of started to figure out, I was like, okay, well, that's probably just so that you don't end up closing this thing on yourself. Whereas a lot of knives, you know, especially with the Tenacious, if you have this thing lubed up, I mean, there is a detent on this one as well. I think this was the secondary marketed one that before Nothing Fancy with his whole having issues with the detent. But as you guys can see, this one has a very good detent. That thing does not come out whatsoever. But I think they ended up making a second detent in this guy. It's not really doing it. There we go. So I don't know if that's to actually help out with the opening or what, but this thing flies open. As you guys can see, I mean, I'm no wrist action whatsoever, just a little bit of thumb action. There is a lot of pressure to actually get it started out, but once you get it started, that thing just flies open. I can't really do it with these guys just because they're so tiny, as well as I'm on reverse, you know, the opposite side of the actual, as I just cut myself, of the actual little indentation for the opener, since I am left-handed, but they'd open easily for a right-hander, as you guys can see. All in all, for seconds, I'm very happy with them. I use this thing about easily 100 times a day. Haven't really used this guy all that much, haven't really seen any need to, as well as I have completely stopped using my my Strider, just because it's just such a high value knife and it's such a pretty knife. I love the whole idea of it, but until I get another one, this one's just kind of my stay at home now. Keep it nice and neat and hopefully not really do anything to it to damage it too bad. But these guys are my primary EDCs. This one I don't really carry with me, just because it is large, it is heavy. The Chicago and the Cat are both very light, and they ride very well. The pocket clips are very, you know, the wire pocket clips that everybody loves so much. And all in all, very good knives. They do have the S30V steel, and that was one other thing that I forgot to point out was it's not the actual grind. I'm not sure if it's a heat treat or what, but I've looked at it pretty closely, and there's nothing wrong with the grind. I think it's just maybe that they polished it up a little bit more right there, or at some point might have rubbed the liners or something. But that was the other flaw that I noticed in the seconds. But all in all, I mean, these things perform just as, you know, just as if you were to buy a brand new one and it wasn't a second. There's nothing wrong with it. This one probably is very dull right now, just because I haven't sharpened it up this weekend, so yeah, it's pretty dull. So that's kind of a dull for me. This guy I have not sharpened. I have not used it whatsoever, basically, except for cutting up tape and envelopes. I haven't used it for boxes or anything. And then here's the Strider. I don't know if I ever did the cut test with it, but I haven't stropped this one or sharpened it either, so it's a little bit dull. But this guy, this is the sharpest knife that I own. This thing is just super sharp. I mean, I cannot explain how easy it was to get a super edge. I mean, it came out, you know, super duper sharp, and all I really had to do was strop it just ever so lightly, and this thing just came out super sharp, super duper sharp. And I'm just running down to my thumb or where that's folding over. But as far as blunt truth, talking about when he goes to use this thing to cut, I haven't actually cut any wood with it, so I can't really speak to that. But you know, he doesn't dog the knife. He just says, as far as the price of it, he says that it's an excellent knife. A little bit uncomfortable on the back spine for, you know, really heavy duty cutting, and I could see where he gets that. The pocket clip does kind of obtrude into the hand, but if you want it for cutting paper, plastic, anything just really that you need something super sharp, I use this one in the kitchen a lot, and this thing just chops through vegetables like no other. I could put an edge on this thing all day, every day, and use it all day, every day, and just take it right back and strop it right back up, and you just get that super good finish every single time. I mean, this thing's just super sharp. So as far as cutting paracord, it does paracord excellently. As you guys saw, paper, food, vegetables, you can't go wrong with this knife, cutting vegetables and stuff like that. You do have your lanyard hole right there. It's a good one. I prefer mine right here, just because when I carry it in the pocket, then it sticks outside of the pocket instead of kind of like a loop protruding out on the sides. So all in all, if you guys get a chance, I'd highly recommend any one of these three. If you want to go for the higher price one, go for it. That puppy is probably one of my favorites as of right now, but I'm out of time. Please rate, subscribe. Thanks.